Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop. I'm your host, your DFS Jerusalem, coming to you live from the list. You got 150 entries, and then you're a shark, and I don't fuck with you. So there's too much good shit on here. This is the often imitated, never duplicated. I'm here with my lovely co-host. Thank y'all. Stay safe. Enjoy. I may have been calling in to work. You're gonna be in the running for the Snowflake of the Year. Get your shit together with your snowflake. I'm at the crib, man, and I'm just finishing up. Stop. Throw them bitches in the main. I'm telling you. You're gonna see the results, bro. You're gonna see it. Just this is what's really gonna help you out. You know how I feel about the home dogs. There's a lot of fight in the home dogs, and I really think a lot of shit to go over tonight. Who that scored all them points over there? Player of the night.
Get him in your lineups. Get him in there. And let's go get this money.
Thursday, let's go, and remember, in the sweatshop, we always keep it 300.
What up? What's happening? This is the big homie, the DFS Jerusalem. You can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Today, we are going to be breaking down a little bit of last night's action. We had 3 games. Some of those items I really want to go over and kind of talk about some. Then we're going to be taking a look forward into this 11-game slate popping off on Wednesday today. So we got a lot to look forward to, a lot to check out. Shout out to the homies in the chat right now. Make some noise. Glad to see you in here. Go ahead and smash that like button. If you are not a subscriber to the DFS Sweatshop, please subscribe. If you want to get on the inside of what we really do inside of the very best Facebook group online, it's very simple. You can go to the website. That is www.dfssweatshop.com. Upon your paid entry, you will be ushered. I will pull back the velvet rope, and I will show you the way of the Jedi in terms of what we do in DFS. So, this show is brought to you, of course, unofficially by RotoQL, and I've got to shout those cats out. Shout out to the homie Justin Park, all of those dudes over at RotoQL, because this is what I use. This is when it comes to NBA. I try to stray away. I try to go to other sites, do other things, but all things led me back to RotoQL. It is what I've had the most success with. It is the easiest to optimize. It is the easiest to upload to DraftKings once I build my lines, and it's just so simple, and it's so precise and direct and to the point. And I absolutely love the template, the layout. That's why I use it for my show. Please do not cancel my subscription for using it on my show, RotoQL. Look at this as sort of some kind of advertising, okay? Because it's dope. I swear by it, but I do like to show off some. I'm not going to show off your paid features and what people pay for, but this is the stuff that I gotta use to begin the show. So let's go ahead, jump right into it. We're gonna start with a quick recap of last night's games. The first game we had on deck was the Philadelphia 76ers going to Detroit to take on the Pistons here. Really good game, man. The game actually went to overtime. And just taking a look at it from the beginning, this would be a game. If I had to pick a game that was going to be the lowest scoring game on the slate, this is the one that I probably would have picked. But it ended up topping 260 total points. Okay? We look at Blake Griffin having a career day, going out and hanging a 50 bomb on him. Drummond, solid game, 14 points and 16 rebounds. But he played 35 minutes and did get ejected. He got into a little brouhaha with Joel Embiid. But Blake Griffin, man, in 44 minutes, 50 points, 20 of 35 field goals made, okay? 14 boards, 6 assists, only 1 turnover. He blocked the shot. Like, he had a bomb of a game. The second leading scorer on the team was Reggie Jackson with 23 points. He shot about 50% from the field, so it was a pretty solid game for him. Now, on the Philadelphia side, Joel Embiid, this game, we didn't have Ben Simmons in this game. And anytime you don't have Ben Simmons, you're going to get that much more Joel Embiid. In the 38 minutes, he had 33 points, shot 55% from the field, 11 boards, 7 assists, 3 block shots. A very good game from him. JJ Redick lit it up. I mean, this dude, 9 of 21 from the field, 42% shooting. He hit 6 3-point shots here. Very solid game there for him. 6 boards, 6 assists. JJ Redick. JJ Redick is responding well to not starting. To them, like, hey, Markelle Fultz is our future. Like, JJ Redick is responding so much better to that. And he's just coming in and he's just shooting lights out, bro. Lights out. A lot of people were kind of led astray by that kid, the one kid, what's his name? The Landry Shamet kid. Like, I don't even know why people thought that was a big thing, but I saw him 10-15% owned in some tournaments. He didn't do much. He pretty much sucked. TJ McConnell for the bench had a really solid game. So this is a very good game all around. This was the game to stack, which is weird because you wouldn't have said that, coming into this. That's something that you would have thought would happen. Next game we got is the Los Angeles Clippers going to New Orleans to take on the Pelicans. This is the game that we all thought would have the highest point total. You look at the Pelicans, and just as easy as they've been able to score, teams have been able to score against them, and that's dating back to last year. That's just the way this team is. So Tobias Harris played 37 minutes. He had 26. Also chipped in 9 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal. Then we got Nari in his 35 minutes, had 24 points. Pretty solid game there from him. Didn't shoot the ball as well from 3 as we would like. Only 1 for 4 from 3, but still a decent game nonetheless. Anthony Davis was just being Anthony Davis. But there's somebody who I want to talk about. Etuan Moore, bro, is kind of playing decent basketball. He's seeing upper 30s minutes, 14 points for him, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block shot. That was decent at the cheap price point that he was at. 40 minutes for Anthony Davis. He had 34 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 5 big blocks. That was awesome for him to show up that big defensively in this game. Elfrid Payton in 35 minutes had 20 points. And we've seen kind of a resurgence in his career with him going to New Orleans. He actually played at, I think, Louisiana Lafayette in that area. So that's pretty lit that he's able to go back to where he played his college ball and do the damn thing. So on the Clippers side, I've had this love affair with Montrezl Harrell over the last couple of years. He turned out to be pretty decent. 22 minutes for him off of the bench. He had 12 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, a couple turnovers, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Tobias Harris was okay. Avery Bradley has been stinking up the joint. Stinking up the joint. It's not worth the fuck at all. And what about Lou Williams, bro? Lou Williams cannot hit the broadside of a barn. Like, he was horrible, bro. He's a gun. It has hit a 3-point shot this game. So that was horrible for him. The last game on the slate was the Sacramento Kings going to make sure we got this. Yeah, it was the Sacramento Kings going to Denver to take on the Nuggets here, and Iman Shumpert had 12 points, a couple boards, 3 assists, a couple turnovers, and 2 steals. Willie Cauley-Stein had 11 points here. Nobody really balled out. Off of the bench, you saw Marvin Bagley, who played 32 minutes. He had 20 points, he was 9 boards, 3 assists. Did turn the ball over 4 times, but he did have 5 blocks. So Marvin Bagley had a very decent game. We also saw Frank Mason Jr. For 27 minutes. He had 14 points, 7 assists, 5 boards. That was decent. Not a big showing for the Sacramento guys. And on the Denver side, this game was, in fact, a blowout. And we saw Paul Millsap with 15 points, 5 boards, 1 steal, 1 block. Nikola Jokic in only 23 minutes had 14 points with 12 boards, 6 assists, 1 steal. Pretty solid game there from him. Gary Harris got into the action in 26 minutes, had 18 points while shooting 66% from the field. 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Pretty solid game there. And Jamal Murray only played 18 minutes, but he had 19 points in that short amount of time with 4 assists and 1 rebound and a steal. So pretty decent game from them. It was just a blowout, man, and there was scores all over the place. So we looked at those games. Now let's take a quick look at tomorrow's games, or today's game, excuse me. This Wednesday, we do have 11 games on deck, and I kind of want to go through that, and let's look at it and just take a quick look at, there we go. See what the nationally televised games are. Let's take a look. We got Tuesday, Wednesday, okay. This is going to be a nice little 11-game joint, so it's going to be lit. So we've got Dallas and ATL at 7 o'clock, Brooklyn and Cleveland also tipping off at 7. At 7:30, we got my New York Knicks going to Miami, Minnesota and Toronto, who's undefeated at this point, Charlotte and Chicago. That should be a good one. We've got Utah and Houston. We've got on the ESPN game. Okay, this might be a nice one. The ESPN game is going to be the Indiana Pacers going to San Antonio Spurs. That could be pretty solid. We've got Philadelphia on the second leg of a back-to-back going to Milwaukee, who is now undefeated. That's going to be a 9:30 ESPN game. Okay, so that's going to be lit, bro. So the 7 o'clock. Okay, so the 7 o'clock early joint is Dallas and Atlanta, and then once that's over, we got uh, Indiana and San Antonio. Okay, Utah, Houston, that should be pretty decent. That's on League Pass, of course. Philadelphia, Milwaukee. We got the Lakers and Phoenix. So LeBron has to get a win here. LeBron has to get a win here. That's gonna be the game. This is the one everybody's gonna be on. Everybody's gonna be on this game. The Lakers and Phoenix. Yo, it's crazy what LeBron does. What having LeBron does to the late slate. It makes us pay way more attention to the late games because usually everybody's just zeroing in on those first early games. You want to see yourself high up on the leaderboard early into the night. But now with LeBron playing late games more often than not in the West Coast, you see a lot more attention being paid to these games. The Lakers haven't won yet. They're gonna beat the Phoenix Suns in Phoenix, and you're gonna want to see a big game from guys like Lonzo Ball and LeBron James, Kyle Kuzma, those guys. You're gonna see big games from them. Then the nightcap is gonna be the Washington Wizards going to Golden State to take on the Warriors. That should be a good one as well. So we've got a ton of good games. Let's go ahead and jump into it. As I said, we're gonna be working from RotoQL. First game we got is gonna be the Dallas Mavericks going to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. What I like about this game automatically is we got a 234-point total. Okay, we've also got a very small differential, but the Dallas Mavericks giving up a 1.5 to the Atlanta Hawks at the crib. A couple guys that stick out to me automatically off the rip: Torian Prince at 6.5. We probably still won't see Harrison Barnes. I'm not afraid of Dorian Finney-Smith. Kent Bazemore at 5.3 could be a guy that we play. Trae Young, of course, at 7.2. The price looks to be up on him some, but going against Dennis Smith Jr., man, has not really been, hasn't been like hard. Like you can ball out. He may play well, but you can play well against him too. So those are going to be a few guys that I do like. Alex Lynn seems to be a game time decision here. John Collins is still out. So looking at bigs here, Dwayne Dedmon at 5K would be your only, true look at a solid big from an Atlanta standpoint, and I don't think you have to go there. On the other side, we can attack the Atlanta Hawks rebounding the basketball, and DeAndre Jordan here seems to be a really solid play. This is on DraftKings. Now, 8K on DraftKings is a little expensive, but I think that's going to separate people that kind of like DeAndre Jordan from those of you that really believe that he can go out and play well. Doncic at 7.1 looks to be a solid play here. Not a big fan of Dennis Smith Jr. Wesley Matthews is a no for me. JJ Barea at 4.8 could come in and play some solid minutes. If he gets 20-plus minutes, I think he's somebody that you could definitely rock with. Let's go. I'm going to go over to FanDuel and take a look at the same game from a FanDuel perspective and see if we've got any discrepancies in price. Okay, Doncic 8.3, DeAndre Jordan is 8.3, Dennis Smith Jr. is 6.9, Matthew 5.4. Trae Young is up to 7.8, Torian Prince is 7.2. I think he's similarly priced on DraftKings, so I kind of like him. That seems to be a value right there, the 7.2. It does seem to be a value. Your shout out to homie Steven Smith, man. Junius Gray, good to see you, bro. Super Chop. J-Dog, what's happening, big homie? Good to see y'all, man. So the next game we got, go back to hit up the DK. It's going to be the Brooklyn Nets going to Cleveland. We've got a 229-point total, another solid point total, but also we've got a really solid differential with only 3 points. And I can tell you, Kevin Love in this spot is really jumping off to me at 8.8. I like him. Cedi Osman has had some very decent games to start the season, and people are just not playing them. They're just not rostering them. Look at this, 24, 40, and 40 in his first 3 games. And people are just not playing Cedi Osman. They're just not. So he's a guy that I definitely do want to give some consideration to. Rodney Hood at 4.8. Don't really love that. Larry Nance Jr. at 4.6. I don't really love that one. I want to have a look at this because where we at? One of the things that we really need to do is have a look at what teams are giving up. And we want to look at a true DVP. And this is a site, Fantasy Pros, is pretty lit, pretty good with this information. Like if you look at point guards on FanDuel, and I want to come from a FanDuel perspective because um, I FanDuel is the truest to the position because on DraftKings you got guys that are power forwards that are also point guards, guys that are small forward shooting guards. Like you got all that mixed up shit. This one is truer to form right here. And we look at Houston, Sacramento, Cleveland, the Lakers, and the Phoenix Suns. All of these teams give it up to point guards the most. So we're playing point guards. We want to attack these teams, okay? And a lot of it is because of the pace that these teams play. A lot of it is because the point guard that they have on their team is just suspect defensively. So as we go back and we take a look, we got Houston, Sacramento, Cleveland, the Lakers, and the Phoenix Suns. But let's take a look at who's going to be matched up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This could be a guy that we may be able to play. And what do you know? You got D'Lo at 6.3. This says to me D'Angelo Russell is a play. Against the Cleveland Cavs, this says to me that D'Angelo Russell is a play. I like him at 6.3. We look at Jared Allen at 5.9, still fairly priced here. I like him. Let's see what the Cleveland Cavs look like against the Centers. Can we? Trying to refresh, make sure everything's okay. Rockets, Suns, Brooklyn Nets are giving up against Centers. The Lakers, the Hornets. See, look at that. That even speaks more to why I think we can look at a guy who's going to get center minutes, and we talking about Kevin Love. I like that, and I'm going to put Tristan Thompson in play too, just because of that. Also, Karis LeVert at 6.8. I want to see what shooting guards and small forwards have done against Cleveland. Let's take a look at that. I'm gonna have a look at what shooting guards and small forwards do against Cleveland. Look at that. Ooh, look at Cleveland. One of the worst teams in the league against shooting guard. That even D'Lo is like a play for me. I am all over D'Angelo Russell. They're shitty against back. I'm all over D'Angelo Russell. Lakers, Pistons, Sacramento, Philadelphia. I'm all over D'Angelo Russell. I like him. He's one of my favorite plays right now. Right now. So give me some of that D'Lo. Fam. I like D'Lo. Joe Harris is cheap at 4.6. He looks like he could be a usable play as well. So I like that. Let's go over to FanDuel and see if we got any see this that shit that I shouldn't be doing this on YouTube. I should make y'all ask, isn't RHJ back double cut into Levert? Yet it could. I don't know if it would cut into Levert. I think it would, because the guy that's starting for was Harris. Harris was the one that was starting and getting the playing time. So so I don't think it's gonna cut into Levert's, but Levert's gonna be there. Dinwiddie, Crab, Davis, yeah. I don't think that's gonna stop him. I don't think it's gonna stop him. If you like Levert, I would just say I like Levert. D'Lo is 7.1. I like that. Love, yes. Seti is 6.9. That's a value, bro. That's a value on DK. He's 6.9 on FanDuel. So FanDuel likes Seti Osman. And Tristan Thompson is cheaper. This team sucks against centers. Tristan Thompson is cheaper on FanDuel than he is on DraftKings. That makes him a value. Okay? Next game we got It's going to be my New York Knicks going to Miami to take on the Heat. It's a 224-point total, pretty modest total. The spread is 8. Hassan Whiteside is a game time decision. A lot of things are going to hinge on that, man. Justice Winslow is a game time decision as well. We've got Derrick Jones Jr., James Johnson is out, Dion Waiters is out, Wayne Ellington is out, Haslam is a game time decision. There's a lot of injury news for this. So if by some reason we don't get Whiteside here, I'm telling you, you should fire up the Olynyk, the Bam out of Bayou at 4.4. Looks to be a real solid play. Darren Hill, what's up, big homie? Okay, gotcha. Levert is a shooting guard. You can fire them cats up, man. Real talk. Even if Whiteside does play, I think he's still playable. But he's a game time decision. Trey Burke at 5'7". I don't play point guards against the Miami Heat, especially in Miami. They're very good against point guards at the crib. Enes Kanter at 7K. I think you can play him. Frank Nitti at 4.1. If you need that salary savings, yeah, that's somebody that you can use. Mario Hezonja came in and got more minutes than Lance Thomas last time and had a pretty solid game. He needs to be inserted into the starting lineup. Is Richardson still going to play with Winslow back? I would say no. I think that with Winslow back, that cuts into all of that Rodney McGruder and Josh Richardson shit. If Winslow is back, if Winslow is out and Hassan Whiteside is out, those guys are in play. Those guys are in play, especially McGruder at 4.9. Those guys are in play. If Hassan Whiteside is out and Justice Winslow is out, I mean, they're not. Everybody's gonna have to play a ton of minutes because I mean, there's nobody that's to dress from Tyler Johnson, Olynyk to Bam, D Wade, who knows is not gonna play 30 plus minutes. So just from a minutes equal money standpoint, a lot of these Miami guys are going to be in play, and they're at home and they're slated to win. They win by 8 points. It's a 224-point total. They're scheduled to score upwards of 120 points. So yeah, some of those Miami guys are going to be in play depending on how the injury news and notes shake out. Let's go look on FanDuel. Take a look and see what we got in some pricing where Cantor 7.2, Hardaway 6.7, Frank Nitti 4.5, Hezonja 4.7. I don't love a lot of this. Dragic is 6.5. That's going to be usable for me. Magruder is 4.5. Of course, that's going to be usable. Whiteside is 7.9. This is a game. This is a game that you don't have to play though. You could be like, fuck this game if you want to. You could. Minnesota Toronto. This is going to be a good one. You get Jimmy Butler against Kawhi Leonard. This should be a really solid game. I do want to have a look and see where we at in terms of shooting guards. Toronto, I'm sure they've been limiting shooting guards. For 40, that's not horrible. And Jimmy Butler, 37, he's been holding shooting guards down some. Take a look at small forward. Toronto and Minnesota. Look at that. They ain't giving it up. Richardson, they ain't giving it up. That's tough. They're right there neck and neck in terms of power forward play. So I like Cat a lot last game, and nobody liked Cat. Everybody liked Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler stunk. Cat played well. I'm gonna tell you who I like in this game though. Jeff Teague, one of the worst defenders on the ball in the game, and I do like Kyle Lowry here at 7.6. He's priced up some, but I do like him. If Serge Ibaka is gonna get the start at 5.4, I think that makes him playable. Andrew Wiggins is the game time decision here. If he doesn't play and we see Derrick Rose, then of course you can play it. But Derrick Rose is going to get a ton of minutes off of the bench anyway. At 4.4, I think he is a solid play. If I had to pick a guy under 5K that you could just plug and play in a lot of different spots, it would be Derrick Rose. Taj Gibson at 4.9, don't love that one. Jimmy Butler at 8.1, I don't love that. I can play Cat though at 8.2. I can play Cat. Kawhi at 8.7. Kawhi shat on everybody. I didn't like Kawhi like that the other night, and everybody loved him. He was 40% owned in some tournaments. I just wasn't on him. Valanciunas at 5.6. I don't see him staying on the floor. I see a lot more Ibaka on the floor than Valanciunas in this type of game, where they're going to need somebody to try to get out and defend Karl Anthony Towns. So let's take a look on FanDuel with this one. Butler's 8-9, Towns 9-2, Teague 6-5. I kind of like that one. Lowry 8.4. Good God, it's a premium you're paying for Lowry. Serge is 5.4. Definitely, that's usable. Danny Green 4.9. Valanciunas is 5.5. Derrick Rose 4.5 on FanDuel. That's a value right there, bro. I like that. All right, next game. The Charlotte Hornets going to Chicago to take on the Bulls. 231-point total, only a 3-point differential. Kemba Walker. Now, we got Cameron Payne here at 4K. He's going to be a darling. Everybody's going to want to play him. And I get it. You can play Cam Payne here. I do like Kemba as well. I love him a lot more at the crib, but against Cam Payne, I think that you can play Kemba Walker. But I also think that you can play Cam Payne at 4K as a salary saver. We saw the usage that Zach LaVine was getting he just took the ball from Justin Holiday. We saw the usage that he was getting with Cam Payne on the floor and without Chris Dunn. And I think for that reason, Zach LaVine at 7.4 is due for a 40-point game. He just had one. I think he's definitely in line for a 40-point game. Nick Batum at 5.5. I kind of like him in this spot. I think I like Jeremy Lamb at 5.1. That would be the furthest I would go with the Hornets guys. And also on this side too, Wendell Carter Jr. is 4K, and this team does struggle against centers. I want to take a look. Let's take a look. Bobby Portis is 6.9. I don't love Portis. I'm not as high on Portis as most people are. Let's take a look. Because Charlotte has been noticeably bad against centers. Okay, they're not that bad right here. Let's take a look against centers. See where they at. Yeah, see their top 1, 2, 3, 4. One of the worst teams in the league against centers. So yeah, Wendell Carter Jr. is going to be there. LaVine averaging 40 DK points a game. He has been killing it, definitely. So yeah, I do want to get some Wendell Carter here at 4K. Match up against Cody Zeller. Yeah, give me that. Not a lot else I love about this. I want to check Carter's price on FanDuel. He may be, if he's like 6K, I'm all over him. He's 5.2, close enough. He's 5.2. So I like that. LaVine is 7.7. I like that. Kemba's 8.4. Same price. So Kemba's a value on FanDuel. He's the same price on DraftKings as he is on FanDuel. That's a value. Nicholas Batum is 1,000 more. Jeremy Lamb is a value at 5.2. I kind of like that one. Good. You'll be getting them gems, B. Getting them gems. Utah at Houston. Didn't Harden have like a stupid huge game against Utah one time? Let's look. Let's see. No, nothing. Nothing crazy. Yeah, nothing crazy. He actually, I'm not gonna say he struggles against Utah, but okay, yeah. Last year he had an 83-point joint against them last year. Yeah, that was it. That was that huge game. He had an 83-point game against them last year. Yeah. Didn't he drop like a hundo at one point? Harden's nuts. All right, so Harden without Chris Paul, they're eating up all the usage. Kind of like James Harden. 11-4, big price to play, but I like him. Eric Gordon, of course, at 5'8", is a usable option here. Middle off of the bench at 4.7. I don't love that, but there's going to be some shots for him to take. Michael Carter Williams at 3.8. If he's starting and he's playing and he's cheap as shit, maybe you can look at him as a punt option. Rudy Gobert at 7.5. I don't love Rudy Gobert in this spot. I think they're going to be running. and I don't see Rudy Gobert being able to keep up with Clint Capella. Joe Ingles is a guy that I love in this spot at 6.7, and we know Harden will be low owned. I think with LeBron in the state, most definitely, most definitely. Yo, if Harden outscores LeBron at similar price but lower ownership, that's gonna be lit. Ricky Rubio at 5.6. Yes, you could use him. I'm gonna take a look at point guard. See what Houston is. Well, that's with yeah, that's with Chris Paul out there. See what Houston is against shooting guards. Is against Harden. Not giving up a ton. So Donovan Mitchell 7.7. Yeah, I'll play it. I'll play Donovan Mitchell. I mean, this game they're gonna be getting up and down the court, bro. I think you can play either side, but I do like Harden here as like a contrarian stud play. I won't take a look at him on FanDuel. If FanDuel prices him real high, then that may be something even solidified even more. 11.9 for him on FanDuel. So they don't love him, love him, love him, love him, love him. But I still think he's a solid play. Eric Gordon 5.6 definitely in play here. He's cheaper. Donovan Mitchell 8K. Joe Ingles. Yes, Joe Ingles is like a FanDuel block for me. Yep. Yo, Joe Ingles is a FanDuel lock for me at small forward. I don't care who I'm playing. Joe Ingles is my other small forward. In this spot, yeah, I love Joe Ingles here. Let's take a look. 30, 45, 39. Love him. Love Joe Ingles here. That dude can shoot. That dude can shoot. All right. Go back to DK. We got Indiana in San Antonio. Vic Oladipo 7.8. I kind of do like him here. I think Miles Turner, bro, is so cheap at 5.8, bro. Miles Turner is so cheap at 5.8. Definitely somebody who I want to consider. Dad Young at 4.9. I don't really love him, but I could get there if I had to. Bryn Forbes at 4.6. Looks to be a usable option. Rudy Gay, 5.5. Yeah. DeMar DeRozan, of course, 7.9. He's got the green light to shoot. LaMarcus Aldridge, 8.5. I don't love him. I think there's other places I can go. So LeBron has been handling the ball as much. He hasn't been, yeah. But I mean, he did last game too, though, because of course Rondo was out. So I don't love a lot off the bench. You give me Vic, you give me Miles Turner, DeMar DeRozan, Rudy Gay, Bryn Forbes, possibly. That would be enough for me. So 213 point total is not that high. San Antonio's only giving up 2.5 points to here at the crib, so I'm not in love. I'm not in love with this game, but I could play a couple of pieces there. Let's take a look on FanDuel and see what's happening. Depot 8.2, Turner 5.5. That's cheap. Yeah, man, that's cheap. Thaddeus Young, then Cousins 4.6. Brent Forbes 4.3. I like that. He's cheaper. DeRozan is 8.2. Definitely going to be usable there. Next game we got is going to be the Philadelphia 76ers going to Milwaukee. This is a 9:30 joint. You got Giannis Antetokounmpo at 11.3. I think he's definitely usable. Ben Simmons is probably going to be out for this one. Chris Middleton at 7K. I like that one. I like Eric Bledsoe. You could have stacked Milwaukee the other night, bro, and you'd have won all the money. So I do like some of the main guys here. On the other side, Joel Embiid at 10.1. Yeah, he's in play, but it is a back-to-back, so I want you to be very careful about that. Dario Saric 6.1. I don't love that one, but Robert Covington at 5.4. He shot well last night. Squeaky guy. Could get out and shoot the ball well. JJ Redick at 5.5. Looks to be a playable option here. TJ McConnell, nah, I need him under 4K. I need TJ McConnell under 4K in order to feel like really comfortable about playing him. Let's take a look over on FanDuel, see if we got any price discrepancies. 10.4, 5.9 for him. Markel Fultz 5.8, Sark 5.8. He's cheaper. I like that. Giannis is 11.7, Bledsoe is 7.7, Middleton 7.6. No big discounts for any of those guys. Next game we got is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers and the Phoenix Suns. Take a look here. This is a game everybody loves, bro. This is a game everybody's gonna love. 237-point total. You've got the Lakers giving up 3, going to Phoenix. Yeah, Bledsoe gives it up to point guards. He does. LeBron James 11.1, a little bit cheaper than Harden. I like him, definitely playable. Kyle Kuzma at 6.9. The price is up on him, but I think he's worth that. Cool. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, man, this is the prime spot for this dude to start this game at 4K and play well. You got him and Josh Hart. I'm gonna give KCP a look. I've been a KCP whisperer before in the past. I'm gonna give him a look. Okay, point guards have been thrashing the Lakers so far this season, and that's why Isaiah Canaan, who let a lot of people down last time, looks to be a very solid play here. I think D Book matched up against KCP. I'm not saying that KCP is going to hold Devin Booker down and Booker's not going to have a great game, but I don't think Devin Booker goes off for the 50 points he needs to justify paying 8.3 for him here. I don't think so. I think KCP is going to see a lot of defensive usage and be out there a lot. He's probably one of the better on-ball defenders on this team. And I definitely see him getting out there and playing defense and being on the court. So I kind of like KCP here. Trevor Ariza at 4.9 does look usable. I'm not going to lie, I kind of like him. And TJ Warren, bro. Look at TJ Warren. 4.8 for TJ Warren. This dude just had a monster game the other night. Put up 44 points. And in 3 games, 44, 23, 23. So the floor is there. The floor is there. I like TJ Warren. He's very sneaky off of the bench and could come out and play very well. Ryan Anderson is not the answer. He is filling. And we're going to see a lot of TJ Warren, I think. If a team is played at a slower pace, like the Suns have been doing, does that mean the team that is an up-paced team comes down? No, what it means is the pace of a game is usually dictated by the best player on the floor. And you look at this, who's the best player on the floor? LeBron. So this game is going to be played at LeBron's pace. The pace of any game is usually dictated by the best player on the floor. LeBron James. He's the best player on the floor. The Lakers want to play fast. They're going to play fast. I would say this game definitely eclipses the 237-point total. I do. This could be about 250. Let's go look on FanDuel. And that's why everybody's going to love this game. That's why it's going to be a favorite for everybody. They're going to love this game. No, there's no doubt in my mind. This is the game they love. LeBron 11.5, Kuzma 7.2, Ball 7K, JaVale McGee at 6K. That's way too much. Look at KCP at 3.7 out there on FanDuel. He's cheaper on FanDuel than DraftKings. Yeah, I'm playing some KCP tomorrow. He's too cheap. KCP, Joe Ingles. KCP, Joe Ingles is a guy I like. Joe Ingles, excuse me. And D'Lo. Those are guys that I just like. And there's no great explanation. I just like them. Those are guys that I like. All right, next game we got the DraftKings. It's going to be the Memphis Grizzlies going to Sacramento to take on the Kings here. And, you've got Willie Cauley-Stein at 5.6, who I think is usable. I'm not afraid to play Marc Gasol here at 7.2. He's still fairly cheap. Conley has been balling, bro, and 6.7 for him is just too cheap right now. I do like him. Jaren Jackson at 5.4. Not a big fan of his, but somebody that I think you could use. I'm not going to play a point guard against Mike Conley, one of the better defenders in the league. And Marvin Bagley is 4.8, coming from a very solid game last night, so I kind of like him. KCP hasn't done anything all season. Hart seems to have his heart. And that's what happens. That's what happens. The dude is a starter and in the NBA for a reason. And at some point, he's going to make that reason known. You know what I mean? And this could be the game for him. That's what DFS is. It's, it's buying low, selling high. You know what I'm saying? It's, being ahead of the curve. Knowing the guy's going to have a good game before he has a good game. We was on Klay Thompson the other night. Oh, Klay Thompson. Everybody's like, but Klay Thompson is in a slump. He's shooting horribly. And he had 26 points in the first half. He only finished with 30.2, but still, we were almost right. All right. So, Buddy Hield, 5.5, could be usable. But Willie Cauley-Stein, Buddy Hield, with Mike Conley, Marc Gasol, those are the guys that I like. This is a fairly low total, I would say. So I'm not going crazy and breaking my neck to play a bunch of guys. And we've seen game stacks do well. You know what I'm saying? We've seen game stacks just crush it. So Conley 7'7", Jackson 6'5", Marvin Bagley is 5K. Okay. Last game on the slate is going to be the Washington Wizards, and they are going to the Oracle to take on the Golden State Warriors here. And you got John Wall at 8.6, who I do like, and I want to see what is up with the point guards. Let's see what happens against Golden State. Ooh, Golden State has been kind of stingy to the point guards. It's been bad for them. Ooh, wait a minute. Yeah, they've been kind of stingy to the point guards recently. I see the DVP says 28th. Like, that's wrong as fuck. They've been stingy to point guards, bro. Golden State has. Let's look at Bradley Beal. We'll look at shooting guards against Golden State. This is against Klay Thompson. Ooh. We've seen some struggles. Okay. So where's Golden State giving it up? Are they giving up the small forwards? I'm looking for Golden State's weakness. Okay, small forwards kind of get it in. All right, of course, because KD hates to play defense. So that would be Otto Porter. If Otto Porter's under 6, he's 6K. If he was under 6K, it would be more usable. But Markieff Morris 5.7, coming off a huge shooting day the other game. I might not fuck with this one. Draymond is under 7K. That looks to be usable. Clay is a game time decision, so if he doesn't play, we may see some Sean Livingston, Quinn Cook, somebody like that. So even if Golden State has been stingy to point guards, does the game script play a role here for a guy like Wall? It could. And Wall is I would say Wall is a 9K player. So you get him under 9K, he could be somebody that you could use. He definitely could be. So I could see myself going against the grain in the late, but I wouldn't play Wall in my main. I wouldn't play Wall in the main. I want to take a look at his price on FanDuel and see what FanDuel thinks he's gonna do. What they think he's gonna do. 9 point. Well, they like him, and the DVP is real here because it's third ranked team in the league. That's the real DVP. FanDuel keeps it real. So Bradley Beal looks like a play. All right. Well, let's go ahead and make our officially unofficial sweatshop lineup tonight, and this is going to be for FanDuel. So who were some cats that I said I liked automatically? I know I said I liked Joe Ingles. I know I said I liked him. I know I like Joe Ingles. That's a guy I liked already. Who did I like at power forward? Jamal Aldridge, Jaren Jackson Ingram. Oh, I like D'Angelo Russell. I like D'Lo a lot. My power forward was Love. That was my guy. Love here. The shooting guard that I liked a lot. I know it was James Harden. I like James Harden. But it was a cheap guy. Yeah, it was KCP. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm starting. D'Lo, KCP, Joe Ingles, and Kevin Love. So centers. Who do we talk about liking a lot at center? We talked about Tristan Thompson some. We talked about DeAndre Jordan against Atlanta. Well, let's take a look. Let's go and see who's like the worst team in the league against center. Let's look. Who gives it up? The Rockets. And the Rockets are so Gobert. Damn. Phoenix. JaVale. The Lakers. Ayton. The Hornets. Who are the Hornets playing? Chicago. That's the Wendell Carter guy. He help you out. Okay, put more. Okay. Chicago, because you got Zeller, you got the Clippers, you got Sacramento. Who is Sacramento playing? Okay, so that's gonna be Marcus All at 7.7. Charleston MCW for Houston. Was CP3 out? No, I like MCW. And I never like him. I'm sorry, I just never like him. And we gotta decide the stud though. Are we gonna go Giannis, James, or Harden? You know what I mean? Giannis, James, or Harden? I like Harden. What am I down to? I'm down to 5.5. Okay. So now the other point guards that we like. Kimber versus Chicago. Yeah, we just talked about Kimber versus Chicago. And we also talked about campaign though. He's 3.7. Stupid cheap. Damn. Cameron Payne is cheap. 6.1 per player. Josh Richardson, Gabe Covington, Jabari Parker. I do like Ariza some. I will not tell a lie. Let's go to small forward and see what happens. Charlotte against small forwards. Zach LaVine is a shooting guard though. San Antonio against small forwards. Oh yeah, because you know what time it is. Thing doesn't play any defense. So that's gonna be Bojan Bogdanovic, who this is a revenge game for him. Revenge for Bojan. The Bojan revenge. Yeah, Dunn is out. Dunn is out. Philly and Phoenix, small forward, LeBron. Utah, small forward. Cleveland, small forward. Utah, okay. Memphis at the small. I'll take some Bojan revenge. I'll take the Bojan revenge. I'll take that and spend up. We got 14K per play. We got 7K per player here. Power forward. Draymond, Kuzma, who I kind of like in this spot. Bobby Portis, Brandon. Serge, we did like Serge. We did like Serge. Can we go Towns and Serge here? No, we can't. Bagley, Taj Gibson, Thad Young. Yeah, he said Kuzma, yeah. We're just gonna play Kuzma till the wheels fall off. Is that what we're doing? Let's just play Kuzma. Jared Allen. JaVale McGee. Cleveland against centers. If Cleveland is bad against centers, we can play Jared Allen. They're not horrible. All right, so we're down to McGee or Jared Allen. McGee or Jared Allen is what we got here. Cantor right there at 7.2. Cantor's right there at 7.2. Now Bam give us all kind of leverage. Yeah, if we play Bam under the assumption that if we play Bam out of Bayou under the assumption that thing is a game time decision and he's out, that could be lit. So keep that open, keep that window open. But we don't know that for sure, so I'm not gonna take that chance yet. So we go JaVale McGee, and of course, rocking out to the homie Bojan. Okay, Ariza, Nance Jr., Tyreek Evans, Chandler, Hazonia, Melo, MKG, Crowder, Bojan. We got Bojan. All right. We got McGee, Kuzma, Love, Bojan, Joe Ingles, James Harden, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, Cam Payne, and D'Angelo Russell. This is the unofficial sweatshop lineup. There we go. There it is right there for you. So big shout out to everybody that enjoyed the live stream. Do not forget to like and share, comment. Let's chop it up. Much love to all of you, man. If you do want to get inside the Facebook group where you can really chop it up with us in depth and really break this shit down before we roll, very simple. You go hit up the website. It's www.dfssweatshop.com. You scroll down here. You go to join now. Upon your pay subscription of $14.99 monthly or $119.99, get you a full year pass. You lock in there and you come and join us in the group and you get to the money. Shout out to all of you all for enjoying the live stream. This has been your host, the DFS Jerusalem. You can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Signing off. Thank you so much for joining me, and keep it real, keep it honest, yet always keep it 300. Peace.